Welcome to Forex Films. Today is Wednesday, May 11th, 2011. Today we're going to look at a few different currency pairs, mostly Euro-based, and we'll take a look at technical analysis and fundamentals coming for tomorrow. So right here we have the Euro-Dollar 4-hour chart. There's been a lot of confusion as to the right Elliott wave count lately. So how I counted this earlier was 1, 2, 3, 4, then an extended fifth with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I turned bullish to buy into a wave and the entire second wave correction. However, today we had another sharp downward move. So what are the different ways we can count this? We can count this as a completed 5-wave movement with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or maybe it's the start of a third wave. It's a pretty sharp move down. So our previous count, wave 1, then A, B, C for wave 2, and that was pretty much a 23.6% retracement, so it is a fib, but not one of the main ones. But I think the most probable is that we were initially correct, and that is our 5-wave movement right there. Then we have A and B. So, if this is correct, where are we going from here? Well, this isn't the definite bottom yet, but I think it's a good spot that it would end at. Then we'll have wave C, which is most likely 1.618 times wave A, but want to keep track of fib levels more heavily. So if we go from the origin to the terminus of wave 5, here's our fib levels. First one comes in at this resistance area right here, which is very strong. And it's also right past 1.45. So it also has that large round number and the middle of a larger one holding it back. And I really think that's the most likely spot. 50%, there's still really not that much there. And if we made it all the way back up to 61.8, say you're trading this in a few days and this scenario is playing out, it's likely to make it at least up to 47.30, if not all the way up to this resistance at 47.50, 47.60. And if it makes it at all past that, we're heading higher, probably still heading up to 1.55. But the most probable scenario right now is continue to look higher. When you have a pattern like this that is broken so sharply, you just need to get out of your trade. Hopefully you had a stop and it's already been hit, and really do your full analysis again, and then determine where you're going. In this case, we're going long again. Hopefully we're in the right position this time. But if we look at other currency pairs, it looks like we are. Let's check them out. Pound dollar. The very clear 5-wave movement that we had. And I went bullish here just like on the euro. Now, this moved in a very clear 3-wave pattern and has not come below the terminus of wave 5. So this makes it look like the dollar was in a B wave movement, but because the euro is considered very risky right now, it moved beyond the end of wave 5. And dollar Swiss is another very interesting one, but first we're going to look at actually euro pound. So we can count this a couple different ways too. So before this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is very likely, really. And then we can count A wave and then B wave, just like in the euro, with the B wave extending below the terminus of wave 5. And now we will look higher. But you can also count it the alternate way, which you would count like this: 1, 2, 3, and this whole movement is wave 4, ending in 5. And also a corrective way, which I did not mention before, but is also bullish: 1, 2, well, really, A, B, C, X, A, B, C. And really, what's happening down here where we're hitting a lot of support, that's just telling of how weak we are. And this pair has really been slowing down. Whether it's because the euro is getting stronger or the pound is getting weaker is a different story. But the pair looks bullish is the real story. So let's look at something that's a little different. Barely, but a little bit. We have the dollar Swiss. This is 4-hour chart. And this pattern looks very much like we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the high today was the terminus of wave 5. This is how I'm counting this, even though it's different from the other dollar pairs, because this just has the right look and feel. Pound dollar obviously cannot be counted the same way as this, and euro dollar, while it can be, it is not very likely that this is true. So perhaps the Swiss has started a very long-term C wave, and it could possibly lose strength faster than the euro. I know before in a recent video I had actually looked for it to be the other way around, with euro being weaker than the Swiss franc, but look at this shorter term chart of what's happened since then. We had a long-term trendline resistance coming down through here, and we broke right through that, tested, and we've come back up. Now we have a clear impulsive pattern, and since then we've been correcting in a very choppy manner. It makes the direction look pretty clear on this, and you have pretty low risk long here if you want to take it. The only hazard here is we did not make a new low. In Elliott wave terms, this could be 1, 2, 1, 2, but it really looks like more of 1, A, B, C. And while C wave truncations do happen, it's more rare. And I'm still a bit iffy on this, but I'm actually taking this trade just because it's low risk and looks like it has a lot of positive potential, just like in the dollar Swiss. So I've got a few longs in my portfolio right now, and while some are iffy, some are looking very good, but some will have to be turned short very soon. So the only real thing left to talk about is fundamentals. So let's head over to forexfilms.com and let's go to the economic calendar. 8th May, 9th May, 10th May, 11th. Okay. That's the data we've already seen today. Not all that exciting, really. If you're trading the Aussie, you got unemployment rate data, which actually is tonight, tomorrow in GMT. We have ECB monthly report tomorrow. The only reason it's really interesting is just because of the volatility on the euro lately. Producer price index for United States. Retail sales is our big thing that's going on tomorrow, really. Continuing jobless claims. And we actually have some very potentially moving stuff on Friday, but we will discuss that in the video tomorrow. It's not something we need to necessarily concern ourselves with right now. So, that's it for our video today. Thanks for watching. Please comment. Any questions are appreciated. And have a good night.